like whether they were a spiritual person or animal or being is hard to say. But you hear stories about the hairy people and things like that.
What if I told you that recent archaeological discoveries have unearthed cave paintings so enigmatic they could rewrite human history?
It means like people come together to create a community. And then so those drawings that we just looked at could also be similar to that. Like there's two communities that are coming together.
Oh.
The line in the middle might mean this is their land, which could be a ridge line, so your land's there, our land's here.
Deep beneath the earth, in a cavern untouched by the sun for millennia, lie images that depict startling scenes, eerily reminiscent of modern technology, all dating back thousands of years. Imagine prehistoric hands patterning the rock with scenes that should be impossible according to our timeline. This is no longer just imagination. This is the winding tale we're about to unravel. Stay with me as we delve into the depths of ancient mysteries and untold stories. Number 1. Neanderthal Cave Art, Spain. The discovery of Neanderthal cave art in Spain, dating back over 60,000 years, has significantly challenged our understanding of their cognitive abilities and technological innovation. Recent studies confirm that Neanderthals created complex symbolic art, including paintings found in caves such as La Pasiega, Maltraviso, and Ardales, which predate the arrival of modern humans in Europe by at least 20,000 years. Among the typical depictions of wildlife, the intriguing image of what appears to be a fan boat has emerged. This artwork features a flat-bottomed vessel with a fan at the rear, reminiscent of modern airplanes. This representation raises questions about the technological capabilities of Neanderthals, suggesting they may have conceived advanced designs long before similar technology appeared in human history. The implications of such findings are profound. This challenges the long-held perception of Neanderthals as primitive beings and suggests they had a rich cultural life, capable of artistic expression and possibly even storytelling. Number 2. Xray Art in Ubia, Australia. The vision that seems to be technology ahead of its time is depicted in the ancient rock art discovered in the remote beauty of Ubia, Australia. The Xray art was painted nearly 8,000 years ago, and the animals in the paintings are shown in a way that is as if the artist was using a modern technology, X-ray. Not only does the art depict fish, turtles, and wallabies, but it shows them in cross-sections, organs, bones, and innards, all apparent as if the artists of those days had modern technology at their disposal. It is quite paradoxical. What contemporary science, with the help of the highly developed X-ray equipment, can do, those early Aboriginal artists were able to do with the help of ochre and brushes on the stone. The details of the X-ray art are as accurate as those in today's illustrations, and has left many aghast at the fact that such primitive people had such a profound knowledge of the internal structures of animals. In the strokes, it is hard to decipher where science ends and spirituality begins, allowing the viewer to glimpse at a relationship with nature. The X-ray art of Ubia is one of the most beautiful masterpieces that are associated with the ancient knowledge of people and modern technology. Number 3. Valcamonica Astronauts, Italy. In Italy's Valcamonica Valley, a treasure trove of ancient rock carvings stretches over 70 kilometers, spanning 8,000 years of history. From the Old Stone Age to Roman times, over 140,000 intricate drawings capture the evolution of human life. Among these artworks, one stands out: a figure adorned with what looks like a futuristic helmet and suit, resembling modern astronaut gear. Dating back to the Iron Age, around 2,500 years ago, this enigmatic figure raises fascinating questions. Was this ancient astronaut a symbolic representation of divine beings or celestial visitors? The striking similarity to modern spacesuits hints at a deeper connection between ancient peoples and the cosmos. Did they possess a vision of space travel long before our time? The mystery of this figure continues to ignite curiosity, bridging ancient artistry with the wonders of space exploration. Number 4. The Tablet, Bishop Petroglyphs, California. Across the globe, amidst the volcanic tablelands, the Bishop Petroglyphs, known as the Tablet, offer a breathtaking glimpse into ancient record-keeping that intriguingly mirrors modern technology. Picture stepping into this historic site, where 8,000-year-old carvings reveal a grid-like pattern that resembles today's Excel spreadsheets. The tablet is etched with a meticulous arrangement of rows and columns, strikingly similar to digital spreadsheets used for data organization. The petroglyphs display various symbols, including circles, lines, and intersecting shapes, all meticulously aligned to form a complex grid. This arrangement suggests an early form of data recording, potentially used for tracking events, resources, or celestial observations. Each symbol and geometric shape on the tablet appears carefully placed, hinting at an organized system akin to modern spreadsheets. The resemblance to contemporary data organization is striking, reflecting an advanced understanding of record-keeping by the ancient Mono people. Number 5. Central Coast, Australia. Within Brisbane Water National Park, New South Wales, lies one of Australia's most enigmatic sites, the Gosford Glyphs. These massive sandstone cliffs, with more than 300 mysterious carvings, have been the source of discussions for years. Some believe the carvings are ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, hinting at a forgotten chapter in human history. But it's the strange and out-of-place symbols that have captured the most attention. Perhaps the most interesting of them all is what some people refer to as the UFOglyph. While most carvings are elongated and somewhat oval, the UFOglyph is round. It resembles a flying saucer with rays emanating from it, which can be interpreted as beams of energy or light. This strange sign has been compared to a traditional representation of a flying saucer. Some UFO lovers believe that this carving is evidence of alien contact, or at the very least, an advanced technological vision far beyond its time. Combined with the story of 2 Egyptian princes who were supposed to have traveled to Australia, got wrecked, and carved these symbols, the UFO symbol adds a touch of the mystique. Number 6. Astronaut of Tsilne, Algeria. Now, let's journey back to the continent of Africa, where in a secluded part of Algeria, cave paintings tell a story that seems to transcend time itself. There you'll find nestled among depictions of wildlife and pastoral scenes, an image that could easily be mistaken for a modern-day astronaut's suit. The figure is adorned with what seems like a helmet and hoses, and has an otherworldly aura that stands in stark contrast to the primitive drawings surrounding it. Scholars are left baffled, wondering whether this was a spiritual representation of a deity, a prophetic vision of the future, or evidence of visitations from afar. As we seek out the threads of this ancient tapestry, one cannot help but ponder the possibility of an interstellar connection drawn out on these ancient walls. Let's keep our minds open and our curiosity piqued as we delve deeper into these prehistoric riddles. Number 7. Chumash cave paintings in California. These ancient Chumash cave paintings, created around 5,000 years ago, seem as if they've been plucked straight from a modern observatory. The intricate circular designs and geometric patterns look like sophisticated mapping tools, reminiscent of today's star charts and celestial diagrams. Crafted by the Chumash people of Southern California using natural pigments, these paintings were more than just art. They likely represented their deep connection to the cosmos and their spiritual beliefs. The detailed geometric patterns may have been early attempts to chart the stars or track seasonal changes, while the stylized figures, with elongated limbs and mysterious symbols, might depict shamans or spiritual entities. When viewed with a contemporary perspective, these ancient symbols evoke images of futuristic technology and digital interfaces. Number 8. 13 Moons Petroglyph, Volcanic Tablelands. Our next chapter takes us in the volcanic region known as Tablelands in California. The 13 Moons Petroglyph is an incredible example of early people's understanding of the stars. Just think about it. Walking into this place with 8,000-year-old carvings which show how much people knew about the lunar cycle. This fantastic and rather rare petroglyph was created by the Mono people, and it illustrates 13 different phases of the moon. Although now we are accustomed to dividing the year into 12 months, ancient people knew that a year consists of 13 full moons. This petroglyph is a beautiful representation of the knowledge of those early people. The moon symbols depicted on the carvings are 13, and they are all different from each other. Some of them have spikes, others rays, and some look like bird tracks. This design looks like a contemporary gadget, such as the dashboard or the digital panel, which points to some primitive form of time measurement. In the middle, a large boxy figure may represent a sanctuary or a map with the sun symbols and rows of dots around it, indicating important astronomical events. As a result of desert varnish, the lighter carvings of the petroglyph contrast the darker tone of the rock and connect us with the complex astronomy of the Mono people and their stellar dashboard. Number 9. Guan, Kimberley, Australia. In the Kimberley region of Western Australia, there is a series of paintings called the Guan, and the images that they depict seem to come from an entirely different world, an almost futuristic world. These are prehistoric paintings dated back to over 17,000 years, which depict figures with what looks like modern tassels, sashes, and headdresses. The tassel figures are most interesting of all. Owing to the intricate designs, they give an impression of technical clothing or spacesuits. These early artworks are well made, and the works seem to be beyond the capacity of the ancient artists, which means that the artworks are more advanced than the time they were made. Over time, the art developed. The sash figures became more muscular, and the scenes depicted were much more active, almost resembling a sci-fi battlesuit. The elegant action figures, with their stylized representation of motion, suggest a technologically sophisticated concept of kineticism. The clothes peg figures, holding spears and boomerangs, remind one of extraterrestrial gadgets or Star Wars weapons. The style of the Guan art is surreal and modern, and thus alters our perception of how art was created in the ancient world. Number 10. Mura Caves. The Mura Caves in Bulgaria, with its Paleolithic paintings, are one of the most inspiring examples of art of the past. It is believed that the paintings and carvings on the walls were done during the late Paleolithic period and include human and animal figures, as well as geometric shapes. Another curious feature of the Mura Caves is the signs that some of the observers find as symbolic and geometric that may be related to astronomy or calendar. Such patterns, together with the detailed depictions of fauna, point to their awareness of the natural environment and possibly cosmological ideas. The paintings that are found in the cave and preserved because of the darkness and the somewhat eerie atmosphere of the place prompt questions about the intellectual and ritualistic abilities of the people who made them. Number 11. Chara UFO India. In Kashmir, India, the discovery of enigmatic carvings has sparked intriguing discussions about ancient technology and extraterrestrial influences. These petroglyphs, found in the Basta region, depict strange, UFO-like shapes and other unconventional symbols that seem to defy the artistic norms of their time. Dating back several centuries, the carvings feature shapes and designs that some interpret as representations of advanced aerial vehicles or extraterrestrial encounters. The unusual and abstract nature of these symbols raises questions about the cultural context in which they were created. Were they meant to depict mythical or visionary experiences, or do they hint at a deeper understanding of technology that remains unexplained? The Chara UFO carvings challenge our perceptions of ancient knowledge, blending traditional art with speculative ideas about contact with otherworldly beings, making them a compelling subject of both historical and modern intrigue. Number 12. Earliest form of writing. In the northern caves of Spain, and especially in the caves of El Castillo and La Pasiega, there is a beautiful gallery of prehistoric paintings that appear to be the early writing. These are parietal cave paintings over 40,000 years old that include lines, dots, and blobs of paint in various positions. The artwork is not just simple decorations, as they seem to be more complicated. These patterns consist of straight lines, geometric shapes, and groups of dots. Scientists think that these may be the first attempts at writing or signs to record data. These symbols are more complex than the usual cave paintings of animals or people, and therefore the purpose of these paintings is not clear. The precision of the patterns points to a sophisticated understanding of abstract concepts. They might have been used to track events, seasons, or social details. This proto-writing could represent one of humanity's earliest attempts at communication through symbols. Number 13. Abydos carvings, Egypt. Although not cave or rock paintings, the Abydos carvings in Egypt located in the Osirian Temple are believed to be from around 3000 BC, and the whole scene is rather mysterious. These depicted shapes can be described as modern technology by some people, as they resemble such things as helicopters, airplanes, and submarines. These descriptions have been considered to be accurate and have given rise to claims that the ancient Egyptians had superior technology. In the midst of these, what can be described as futuristic symbols are religious motifs and deities etched in what can be described as a surrealistic manner. This combination of the spiritual with what seems to be complex technology poses a question to the ability of the ancient Egyptians. That is why the clarity and detail of the carvings cause discussions about whether they depict knowledge that people from thousands of years ago possessed. Number 14. Sanrock Art, Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe's Matobo Hills, the Sanrock art presents a strikingly modern twist on ancient symbols. Picture stepping back thousands of years and encountering symbols that bear an uncanny resemblance to today's everyday objects. The rock art features what appear to be white caps and umbrellas, images that seem almost futuristic in their precision. The white caps, etched into the rock, resemble contemporary headgear used for protection in various professions. Their design suggests they might have served as ceremonial or practical headwear, akin to modern protective caps that shield us from elements or signify status. Equally captivating are the umbrellas depicted in the art. These ancient symbols look like early versions of today's rain covers or sunshades. Their detailed design hints at their use for protection from weather or ceremonial purposes, much like modern umbrellas. These ancient symbols challenge us to see the San people's art through a contemporary lens, revealing their advanced understanding of utility and symbolism. Number 15. Cave of Swimmers, Egypt. Located in Egypt's isolated Gilf Kebir Plateau, the Cave of Swimmers offers a mysterious look at early imagination. The paintings on the walls of the cave are estimated to be 10,000 years old and depict humans in the act of swimming. In these images, one can see the postures of the swimmers, which look more like modern technology and understanding of water currents. The signs of swimming strokes and figures submerged in water suggest that there is some kind of lost lore, or even a first sketch of attempts to depict complicated actions. Were the ancient artists more knowledgeable about the water movement than what is portrayed here, or was it a symbol of their environment? The questions arise as to whether these representations can be related to any of the historical or technological achievements that are familiar to the present day. Number 16. The Great Gallery, USA. In the isolated canyons of Utah, the Great Gallery is one of the most important examples of paleo art. These life-sized, painted figures are depicted in a dynamic stance and be over 7,500 years old, thus believed to be prehistoric symbols or rituals. Notably, these figures appear to transcend the constraints of the period in which they lived. Their elongated, almost otherworldly shapes with details and movement could be considered the first attempts at depicting technology or the universe. The elaborate representations of motion and position suggest a complex knowledge of bone structure and may even contain the earliest notions of engineering. Were these ancient artists influenced by space, or were they given ideas by technologies beyond their time? Number 17. Cave of the Trois Frères, France. Located in the French Pyrenees, there is the Cave of the Trois Frères, which is considered to be one of the most mysterious Paleolithic art sites. Its walls are covered with detailed paintings of fabulous beasts and mysterious signs. One of them is the Sorcerer, a figure with anthropomorphic mask, where human and animal features are combined, and this gives an impression of highly developed symbolic or ritualistic understanding. The stylistic and vigorous features of the artwork suggest a better comprehension of human and animal actions, possibly pointing to the beginning of psychophysical analysis. The atmosphere of the cave adds to the otherworldly appeal of the art, as if the art itself is a door to a lost technology. These powerful images destabilize the historical imagination about the prehistoric societies and their knowledge and the meaning of their mysterious signs. Number 18. Sago Canyon, Utah. Sago Canyon in the southern part of Utah is one of the places that hold numerous secrets of the past, and the petroglyphs found here never cease to amaze and inspire, as well as fuel the imagination of people. Some of the most interesting sculptures are the so-called helmet people, which look strange with their elongated features. These figures have large round heads and something resembling rather developed helmets with antennae on them, which makes them different from the typical petroglyphs depicting animals and hunters. The helmet people have created a lot of controversy, especially when one considers the Native American legends from the Ute and Fremont tribes that regard the helmet people as star people who came to Earth in the past. Are these strange characters perhaps the portrayals of aliens or futuristic devices? Number 19. Fosco Portugal. Fosco Valley in Portugal is considered to be one of the biggest open-air museums of prehistoric rock art in Europe. Aesthetic works of art that are more than 25,000 years old show energetic portrayals of hunting and spiritualism. What makes these carvings different is that they are more detailed and have some notion of how the animals move. There are even some interpretations that can state that these images are based on some concept that may be compared to the modern technological progress. For example, the motion tracking in the process of animation. Number 20. Cosca Cave, France. The Cosca Cave, located in France, contains stunning Paleolithic artworks that have been hidden from view under the Mediterranean Sea for more than 20,000 years. The cave was first found in 1985, and it contains numerous hand outlines, negative paintings, and engravings of animals such as horses, bison, and sea mammals. The fact that the works are situated in an underwater cave in Cosca contributes to the enigma of the issue. How could prehistoric artists paint such elaborate pieces in an area submerged in water today? The images painted in the cave are associated with the earth and sea, which may imply that the inhabitants of this place had a very developed idea of their interdependence. Number 21. Lgil Somalia. In the arid landscapes of Somaliland, the Lgil complex stands as a beacon of ancient artistry. Dating back over 5,000 years, this site features a remarkable collection of rock paintings depicting cattle, humans, and elaborate ceremonial scenes. What makes Lgil extraordinary is the vibrancy and preservation of its artwork, suggesting a highly developed and symbolic culture. The detailed depiction of cattle, often associated with fertility and wealth, hints at a society with a deep understanding of their environment and social structure. Some interpretations suggest artwork might symbolize early religious or social concepts, possibly reflecting complex rituals or cosmological beliefs. Number 22. Cave Art, Patagonia. Cave paintings are found in many areas of Patagonia and are a beautiful example of early human artistry. It is estimated that the art in this area is about 12,000 years old, and the paintings depict various motifs such as animals, human beings, and geometric shapes. Patagonian art is most interesting due to its intricate and active depictions of fauna and therefore possibly the complex knowledge of the wildlife and its habitats. Such representations may have been not only aesthetic, but also practical in terms of hunting techniques and people's beliefs. The fact that these caves are located in rather isolated and remote areas only serves to fuel one's imagination that early societies of Patagonia may have had their own distinct culture or some sort of secret knowledge they were guarding. Number 23. Ice Age Cave Art, Colombia. In the green heart of Colombia, the paintings of the Ice Age are seen in their artistic and perhaps even technological aspects. These are rock engravings dated to over 12,000 years and found in places such as the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta and the San Agustin Archaeological Park that depict animals, geometric shapes, and human-like figures. They also depict geometrical patterns and mapping motifs that depict a high level of understanding of spatial relations. Some suggest that these patterns may have been used as a form of charting of the landscapes or the heavens and thus indicate a very early, if rudimentary, understanding of geography and astronomy. The intricate patterns and the elements that are mapped are geometrical, and the entire concept is reminiscent of modern technology, and thus it can be inferred that the ancients used some form of proto-science. Number 24. Wanina Figures, Kimberley, Australia. In the vast wilderness of the Kimberley area in northwestern Australia, there are paintings of the mysterious Wanina spirits. These paintings depict large white faces with large black eyes and an aura around the head. It is rather similar to how aliens are depicted in the present day. To the Aboriginal people, the Wanina are characters from their creation stories. They are spirits that created the geography of the land, the rivers and mountains, and fought battles before leaving. These figures are part of the Aboriginal culture, narrated through stories, songs, and dances throughout the years. The petroglyphs provide a peculiar view of the interaction between the ancient people and their contemporaries, the modern myth of UFOs, which will be interesting for fans of ancient astronauts. Number 25. The Family Panel. The Family Panel in 9 Mile Canyon, Utah, is one of the most puzzling and debated petroglyphs in the region. Stretching across 46 miles of red sandstone cliffs, 9 Mile Canyon is often called the world's longest art gallery, housing over 10,000 petroglyphs. But among them, the Family Panel stands out for its eerie, otherworldly humanoid figures. Unlike the typical hunting scenes, these beings appear to be wearing spacesuits, complete with helmets and antenna-like projections, sparking debate about their origins. Some researchers propose that these luminous figures may represent celestial visitors, possibly tied to Navajo legends of great floods and beings arriving before these cataclysms. The Family Panel offers more than just artistic skill. It hints at a forgotten connection between ancient humans and the unknown. The discovery of ancient cave paintings that resemble modern technology has sent imaginations into overdrive. These 1,000-year-old artworks seem to depict futuristic gadgets, celestial beings, and even spacecrafts. Were ancient artists simply dreamers ahead of their time, or did they know something we don't? Could they hold the key to unraveling forgotten histories or unlocking mysteries of the cosmos? One thing's for sure, this is just the beginning of a mind-bending journey through time. Ready for more ancient intrigue? Subscribe and join the adventure as we dig deeper into the past to uncover the secrets that could change everything we know.